Hi guys, we're back. Welcome. We're doing a page in the Fairy Celebrations by Klara Markova, and we're doing the little snails on this page. I did this one in our first video and did the little details on her. Then I did these two little guys off camera and did them the same way with a little bit of pink down here, the little dots, not as many on this little fella up here. And of course this guy doesn't have much pink on him because you can't see his little foot, so he's just done in the browns. And we did the glowy bits down here. So today we're going to tackle the little froggy here. And like in part 1, I had mentioned I did some alteration on the frog. Changed his neck a little bit, his leg, his back, and of course his eyes. So if he looks a little different, watch the first part. I'll link it down below and you'll find out what I did to him. And we're going to color him today, or her. She's got little flowers. Doesn't really make any difference whether it's a guy or girl. We're going to, just color the little froggy up. So I'm going to move the camera down. We're using Black Widow pencils on this page. So I will pull out some of those too. And I'll get you down and we can start coloring. Okay, we're down. And the frog's going to be two different colors. Tummy is going to be kind of a pinkish tone to right about in this area here coming down his tummy. And then the rest of him is going to be a kind of a green tone. So we're going to be working in between pinks and greens. So we're going to start off with the pink tones on his tummy. They're all going to be the skin colors. So we're going to go in with a blush. And we're going to kind of map out our pink area here. This is a really light color coming down that way. So we're going to start under his lip here. And go up that way a little bit. Now I did change the design of him, so I will be coloring over Posca here. So it'll look a little different. So then we'll just decide what we're going to do. So we're just going to keep going down. If I don't get enough pink on this area, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to probably go in with a darker pink here. Anyway. And this is just a really light pink. Just kind of mapping out. Where I'm going to put pink on him. Okay, I'm going to go in with the darker pink, which is called Pretty Pink. I mean, I love the names on these. They're adorable. So we're going to add a little bit of that in some areas here. Okay. You can tell it's a little harder to get it on the Posca. You have to be real careful because one, you don't want to scratch the Posca off, but you do want to get it covered, so you have to spend a little extra time getting it on there. So you're putting a little bit of pressure on it, but you don't want to you know, come off of it either and make a really dark color on anything else. So if you work at it, you can get it to cover. Then we're going to bring in the olive brown here, and we're going to get a little tone of olive green coming under here. Also bring that up on the upper lip. A little in here for a shadow. Okay, then we're going to bring in the rest. Okay. Go back in with the light pink, which is the blush. Hold on. Okay, it's been a little while. I had to turn the video off for a bit. There was a bunch of stuff going on out front. So we're still coloring with the rust here. So we're just adding it into the little froggy. Going up on his upper lip. Can you put some of that in? Down here. Around his tummy. This is kind of like a shadow that's going in. Okay. Just so I know what I'm doing up here. And this is the skin set. There. Okay. Of course, now my cat's going to come in and join me. He doesn't come on my desk, so you will not be seeing him, but he does like to come in and bother me. Runs around my feet. So I'm going to get these pencils set up here for you. Okay, we have the Scorpion set in olive green, the Cobra in Opal Green, Scorpion set Lime Fruit, and the Black Widow in Huntsman. I picked those out because they're like shades of green for the back of the frog. No idea if it's going to work because I just decided we will pick up these colors and see what we get. Okay, so let's see. We're going to start off with the, I think the Huntsman first. I think it's a kind of a brown color, so we're going to go in there with that. It's kind of darken up his lip a little bit more. Kind of go around this little circle here on his cheek. And a little around his eye. Again, because it's a brownish color, it's going to be a shadow marking. Okay, I'm going to go in with the lightest green, which is the Scorpion Lime Fruit. This is probably going to be pretty darn bright. So I'm going to kind of basically put this all over where I want the green, like I did with the light pink. Very light pressure. So he'll get his highlights this way. And I'm wondering if that's a 4-leaf clover there, which makes it good luck. And we'll have this blend right into the pink that we have going down here. Okay, so we've got our base green down. So we have the olive green and the opal green. I think I'll try the olive green and see what we come up with here. We're just going to go over where I want it darker. She's got some shading here by his nose. We want it darkest on the back. I'll just bring that in here. Okay. Darken where we would have the shadow falling on his arm or her arm. Depends on what you want as a little girl or a little boy here. The leg. Underside here. on his back here. Under his little sash. So we're going to make it a her. Call it a her from now on. Got the bow going on. See the underside here of his arm. And we're going to have to go a lot greener than this, but we're going to bring in the Opal Green. So, how are you all doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Sorry if I'm not too talkative here. I'm trying to keep an eye on what I'm doing so I don't get her all funny colored. So this is a light touch I'm using on this. Might go a little heavier back here. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit of the olive green. Go over that again. We're going to be going over this again with the lightest color. I'm going to do this arm too. Okay, back in with the light green, which is lime fruit. I'm going to have to let a little bit of the olive down there. I didn't mix that in. So we're going to put that in there. Okay, I'm going to go back in with the lime. We're getting there. A lot of layering with these, I've noticed. Or that's just the way I'm doing it. Okay. Okay, we're going to bring in Black Widow Fang Green. One of these days I'll just do a video with my music playing because I'm not talking. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not used to these pencils, so. And the only way you can get used to them is using them, so that's why I'm using them. more dark green down here. Bring in the Huntsman again, which is the browner color, and go over some areas here. Kind of where I want it the darkest. And we're going to do the same thing with his skin that we did with the snails. We're going to add little white dots in areas. So it's always nice to have a nice darker area when you're going to put the white dots on. We also want to put in our shadows too, so okay. I'm going to bring in a little distress ink in here also, like we did on the other one. I want to use some greens. Okay, I'm going to raise the camera just a little bit so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. So we're going to use the Shabby Shutters Distress ink. A little tool. Make sure it comes off green. And we're just going to go around the edges. Starting in the darkest area and then just bringing some of that down. Now this will get any places on the paper that I didn't get. It'll also go over the Posca that I had put down and help blend that in. I'm going to throw in a little bit of crushed olive distress ink too, using the same tool. It's got a little bit of yellow in it. Okay. All right. And then we're going to get a little bit of the pink. I need to get a different tool for that, but we're going to bring in some Victorian velvet. Let's see. Yeah, this side of the tool. So we're going to go around where it's pink. Just kind of blend those together. Okay, that's got a nice little pinkness to them. We're going to let that dry a little bit and then we'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to move the camera down a little bit and I'm going to add a little bit of white. This is the Prismacolor white. And I'm just going to add a little bit in here just to lighten this area up. Maybe a few other little places. Like up here in his cheek area here. Okay, and if anything got dark down here, we can just run a little white on that too. Can also run a little green on there if we want to. Okay. Now you notice the shine there. That shine is from the Posca pen I used, and I'm going to have to, excuse me, do something about that little mark there. Don't like that. So just go over that with the green pencil. And then we're going to lighten the little circle there on his cheek. I'm going to just take an eraser. Make sure it's clean, because mine never is. I use it a lot. We're just going to put it in the circle here and lighten that up a little bit for him. Okay, I think I'm going to bring in a little Distress ink in the brown vintage photo. And I'm going to touch him up here on his back a little bit. If you can see going down his leg here too. Just to add in a little more color to him. Here on his nosy. Okay. Then we'll have to figure out what to do with his little flute. Why don't we just go in with some of this brown here, since we have it out. Give it a nice shadow down on the bottom. And then we'll use some pencils to go on to that. So we have, let's see, we have the Huntsman. So we'll use that. Works well with the vintage photo. I didn't even do his little fingers up here. Well, I'll have to do that too one day. Okay, let's get some green on those little fingers up here. Some dark green. Do, 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 do. Okay, and then we're going to, his eyes. Find a grayish color here. That's not really great. It's suede and it's from the skin colors. I'm going to take this white down a little bit if I can. Might have to use a darker color there. Let's see. Do we have a gray up here? So browns, charcoal green. That might work. So that's not so bright white. Throw some down here too, just because I don't want it just up there. You just add it here and there and everywhere. Anyway, so he's just about done. We're going to put his little white marks on, so we're going to up the camera a little bit. I didn't get him with all the other stuff. So we're going to take the blending tool here and see if I can't blend this arm up a little bit better. If it doesn't blend well, I'll just bring in a little bit more of the Distress ink, I think. And then I can't use it there because of the Posca pen I used there. So we have all these little dots here. We're just going to mimic the little black dots with little white dots like I did with the snail. And we can cover up some of those. Other spots there. And do that down here on his leg. We're going to do that up here. Down across here. We can do a little mark in his eye. So anywhere you want to stick these little dots, and see how that'll cover up these little areas. Oop. Nice thing about it is wipe up too. These little areas here that the pencil didn't go over quite well enough. So you can add them over those spots to kind of cover them up. Or anywhere you have pencil lines that you want to cover up, put it that way too. We're going to put some up here on the flute. Horn. Okay. I think I got them covered up pretty good here. Don't want to go too much. I don't want to have enough on there. Throw some on his toes. His toes up here. There we go. And I will have to get his little flowers and that done in the next video. Yeah, I'll have to wait till the next one. Sorry about that. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in part 3. We'll get him done and probably the leaves that everybody else is on, and we'll probably work on her a little bit. I think I can get her done pretty fast. Okay, so thanks guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. If you like these kind of videos, I would love it if you subscribed. If you like them, give them a thumbs up and ring the bell for notifications. Take care, everyone. Bye now.